Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So today I'd love to be outside recording with a beautiful scene, rolling hills, maybe some kind of picturesque historical building like the church in the background. But unfortunately, like everyone else, I'm kind of at the mercy of the wet weather. So it's been pretty vile for the last four days. And I can't go out and film, so I'm actually stuck in the living room just doing a sort of piece to camera. But I do have a few things to update you on today. Oh, firstly, before I go on, talking of the weather, have you noticed a lot of YouTubers or motovloggers are heading up to Norway, which is actually quite famous for having unpredictable weather. I know Safi Sprocket's doing a trip up to Norway, all the way up to the top, and also R1 Liz has just posted a picture from the Nordkap, which is at the very top of the peninsula. But she does ride an S1000RR, so she's probably gone the whole 1,500 kilometers from Trondheim all the way up in about 2 days with that bike and no one on the road. You could fly up there quite literally. So yeah, it just made me think actually, because I did a trip to Norway back in May this year, and it was amazing. I mean, I'm not that good at vlogs, so I recorded the bits and bobs and just talked about what I was doing, but I don't have that like natural vlogging talent to tell a story and everything where I'm going. So I did do some videos, but not that many people watched them. But if you do watch them, just look out. The scenery is just absolutely amazing up there. It's really, really worth a trip if you've got the ability. And also you need the time off. It takes a long time to get there. There's no direct ferry from the UK to Norway anymore. So, yeah, that was a bit of a side note, the Norway thing. I just watching videos and I noticed people are, making that trip. But the thing I actually want to talk about today is the Voge. So, I made a video on the Voge, sort of lamenting how much this bike had lost in value. I bought the bike for $5,500 back in April 2022. And the news is, today, for you guys, I've actually sold the Voge. I had put it up on Facebook Marketplace and eBay actually. I thought, right, these offers are so low, I'm going to give it a proper shot, write the ads as best I can, take some nice photos as best I can. And what I'll do is I'll use the Facebook tool, promote my listing. So you pay £3 per day. I put it up for 3 days, so it was £9 in total. And then what it means is instead of showing to 30 people or 30 people clicked on this listing, it actually showed me that 480 people had clicked on the listing. So I didn't change any of the settings to where it's listed, who sees it, UK or male, female, age 30 to 60 or whatever it is. Didn't play with all that. Just click promote my listing, let the algorithm do its magic. The algorithm went to work on my behalf. So yeah, I've got rid of the Voge. I do feel a bit of relief, actually. Not going to lie. It was keeping me up at night, to be honest. How I was going to move the bike on. If I had to go through a Part X when I get another bike, it would be one of those things that you would just ruminate over. It just really, really be a killer just to know you lost that much money. So yeah. The Voge is gone. It was a little bit emotional. Obviously, I knew I needed to get rid of it because it would be out of warranty soon and that kind of thing, and I didn't want it to be worth absolutely nothing. But then again, I felt a little bit sad that I'd got rid of the bike, because even though the bike wasn't characterful like a Royal Enfield is or a Triumph is or whatever, it was still a bit of a character. It was a character to me in my motorcycling journey. I'd been to Norway on it. I've been to Slovakia. I've been to Reims in France. Been all over Wales in it. So this bike was my first adventure bike, and it had taken me all over the place. And I'd got that adventuring thing. It provided me with a tool to experience and go motorcycle camping. I'd sort of triumph against the adversity of the weather and planning and doing big miles in single days. I've done all that on the Voge, so it for me was quite it was quite a trusted friend on the journey. So yeah, it's goodbye to the Voge, but it's onwards and upwards and for new bikes. I'm not going to reveal too much about the new bikes yet. I will say one thing, that I went to see a Royal Enfield Interceptor, and this is really interesting actually. So wait till you hear this about the Royal Enfield Interceptor. It was a bike with 900 miles on it, Canyon Red on a 72 plate, and it was up for £4,200. So that is about the baseline level for Interceptors, about £4,000. The seller was willing to give this bike for £3,600, which is absolutely nothing really for an Interceptor with 900 miles on it. I don't even know if it'd been run in. It had its first service. You'd left it outside and you commuted on it, so it wasn't mint, but such a low mileage Interceptor with a service in the book, and it had 72 plate, so it's under a year old. It was a November bike. The guy agreed, because I went to see it with him, he agreed £3,600 for this bike. I thought that's an amazing deal. The only thing about it was I rode the Interceptor and I didn't feel the magic that I'd felt on the last couple of times I've ridden Interceptors. It was fine. It had charm. The little 650, sat up there and sort of pottering about, but didn't feel the magic of the Royal Enfield Interceptor anymore. So I don't know. That's just me or what have you. It was Canyon Red, the colour that I test rode. If you look at my review of the Interceptor, that was a Canyon Red model. Really, really liked that bike. But that just wasn't... it just didn't do it for me. So, the Interceptor is now probably out of the running. Because think about it, I had an Interceptor on offer with 900 miles, an 8-month-old or 10-month-old Interceptor, with service history for £3,600, and I didn't think it was worth going for it. Now, is that a sign that the Interceptor market is actually now beginning to teeter? And there's been so many Interceptors sold that these are now going to go through the floor, the £4,000 floor, and drop to sort of 3.5, maybe even 3, because people are now buying Super Meteor 650s. 150 a month, boom, 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 each month. And I don't think Interceptors have got that same momentum and popularity. I don't want to say it like they're bad bikes or anything. I know there's so many positive owners. I just didn't connect with this bike, and I don't think on my next bike will be an Interceptor. So that's the update for now. Susie and I are going on holiday for 9 days from tomorrow. So I won't be posting any videos or anything like that, but I might do some what do you call them, community posts just to update on that side of things. But other than that, guys, I'll see you in the next one, and yeah, just take care. Hope you get some nice days with the weather and enjoy your riding and ride safe. I'll see you in the next one.